Hello everybody, it's Cheryl from Yikes I'm a Chicken Mom. And today Rooster Daddy is weeding a very much needed one of my flower beds. And this little gal, this is Olive, my olive egger, she's been with him the entire time. And she has been having a feast. I was hoping I could get you to see how she's just been, as he pulls the weeds up, and then her head has been right in there to get worms. But now that I've got my camera out, you know how it goes. She probably won't do it.
Get every bug.
Everyone she can find. I'm gonna have to sit down. Oh, there we go. Well, this isn't a very good view of you, Olive. At least her backside's looking pretty good, huh? See if I can kind of like come around over this way. She's a pretty little bird. She's a mix of let's see, she is part Welsummer and part cream bar leg bar, something like that. You really see the Welsummer and the golden ruff around her neck, and she's got a little, I call her little Elvis do. She's got some long feathers on the top of her head. You might see it when she gets a little bit closer. She's got her little Elvis comb over thing going on. You can kind of see it.
There's a worm.
You have a worm? See if you can hand it to her. Oh, I can't believe you're walking right by that worm. Here, let me have it. I'll take it. No, I'll take it. Oh, I'll take it.
Sorry.
I was gonna call one of the other girls.
I'll get one. You can do it.
So, Rooster Daddy's been handing me worms, and I've been running them over the other girls that aren't as quick, or they're being run off by those that are higher up in the pecking order. In real life, Rooster Daddy is known as the lawn barber, actually. And we have a mowing business and landscaping business. Let's see the back of your shirt, Rooster Daddy. Can you raise up a little bit higher? There he is. You're a lawn barber. Don't call that number, though, because that number doesn't work anymore. We don't use that number anymore. But you know how the case is. I tell him, I said, everybody else's lawn looks so beautiful. He does such a good job. And mine, oh boy. But he has given me the lawn barber treatment here, which I'm so thankful for. But look at my roses here. Aren't those pretty? They'll be even prettier once all the grass gets out of here. Bless you. But yeah, those are gorgeous knockout roses. So pretty. And Olive has left us. One other thing that we've got going on right now, Opal, my Orpington, she's broody. And what I've been doing with my broody is, oh, there's Olive back. I come and take her out of the nest and put her out on the ground, and she's like in a trance. I don't know if any of you guys have ever tried this or not. I'm gonna try to get up here without falling over and get a different angle of Olive. Okay, let's go around this way. Oh, I'm in the middle of my story. There's my huge, what is that thing called? Hydrangea. That is a limelight hydrangea. It's so big and beautiful. I'll get back to my story on my broody here in a minute. And let's see, and over there I got more roses on this side, so you can kind of see it. I've got a swing that we usually hang in this arbor that he built for me. But anyway, so back to my broody story here, so we can maybe get a better view of Olive this way. So I bring her out, I set her on the ground, and she puffs up like a turkey, huge. And so I set her on the ground, and she'll just sit there like she's in a stupor. So I have to just like rub her, and stand her up, and just keep, rubbing her and kind of like shaking her a little bit, just kind of ruffling around on her. And pretty soon, she'll settle down, and she won't be all fluffed up. Then she'll take off, and she'll go take a dust bath. Or, oh, we got a worm. Here, girl, look here. Olive, look. Here you go. And she'll take off and go get herself a dust bath and eat and drink and hang out with the girls for maybe an hour, and then she's back in the house. So finally, when it gets to be about, well, whenever I think it's about time for them to be done laying, I'll go get her out of the house again. And this time I lock down the house in the run, and I bring out the water and the food, and she is out for the evening. Maybe, that's usually around 5 o'clock, I guess I do that. So then she's out till 9:30. So she does pretty good, with that. And so that's how I try to help her with her broody. I used to bring them in and put them in a cage, and boy, that was rough for them. And so I just thought, no, you know what? I'll just get them out and work it that way. And so far, I did that all last year, and this year I'm going to continue. It seemed to work pretty good. One other thing that's happened since I've talked to you last is I lost Agnes. She was my, gosh, I'm tired right now. My black Australorp. She was one of my two, you hate to say you got a favorite chicken, but I guess we all do. She's one that I would sit on the chicken coop steps, and I would pat my legs, and she would come running. Between her and my Barred Rock Bertha, they would come running, and one of them would, whoever got there first got to get up on my lap and would just sit, and they would go to sleep while I would pet them. That was just the sweetest thing. So now Bertha is the only one that will do that now. They both are from my original batch of chickens. But what happened with Agnes is I went out to the run to let the girls out, and I only had 10. I have 11 chickens. I only had 10 come out. And I thought, oh, okay, somebody's up there getting ready to lay an egg. So I went into the house to get the eggs, and sure enough, Bertha was standing in the floor of the chicken house. And I didn't think anything of it. And I went over to my shed, and came out of my shed, and Agnes is just standing there in the yard. And I knew as soon as I saw her something was wrong. And so I scooped her up and went back with her to my shed so I could just finish grabbing up the things I needed, and she started sneezing and shaking her head, and mucus was flying. So I knew she had a respiratory ailment. And so we quick set up our little dog kennel cage got our little hospital in order, and I put Vet RX on her beak and on her wattles and her comb and under her wings, and I gave her some, oh, here's Molly. Interrupt. Let's get a view of Molly. She's my Blue Splash Marin. And I was giving her Rooster Booster to try to get some electrolytes and some things, vitamins and things into her. And on top of that, well, I looked at her butt and it was just poopy. And I thought, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to give her a bath. So I gave her a bath and got all the poop off. And on top of everything, her vent was so prolapsed. So, and there's Dorcas, my silver gray Dorking. And there is our Swedish flower hen. Her name is Freckles. And so I thought, okay, well, I had hydrocortisone, because I read, not to use the preparation H for whatever reason. The hydrocortisone, they said, was better, so I thought, okay. So I tried to get her vent back, and I couldn't get it. And by then, her eyes were just completely closed. I mean, they've got those different lids, and her little feathered lid from the bottom, her eyes were just that closed, and her breathing was labored. So I told Rooster Daddy, I said, Rooster Daddy, we're going to have to help her because she's not going to make it, and I can't help her. There's nothing I can do. So he put her down for me. So it was a sad day, really sad day. And I love my little Agnes, and I still miss her. But I still have all these beautiful chickens. And here is my little fancy pants, little sassy thing, Salmon Faverolles. Look at her, and she's a pretty little thing. And she is a little thing. I've never had a Bantam chicken, but I know she's bigger than a Bantam, but she's not as big as a regular standard sized chicken. She's a cutie little fancy pants. When she turns around, I don't know if you'll see it, and I think I told you before, her little bum is heart shaped. Let's see if we can see that. She probably won't turn around. Nah, she's busy. You busy, aren't you? You busy. They're hunting down the worms. The Dorking is my chatty Cathy, as well as this one. She is loud. Whew. Lordy, that girl is loud. Let's see, who else do we have out here? Nobody else. Well, over here, you can see over at the house, they're all starting to gather in. I'm not sure what time it is right now, probably maybe 8:30, maybe? But they're starting to gather in around the house. And over there, that's Boo, my Barnevelder, another one from my original flock. She's a pretty girl too. Now this Freckles, the Swedish flower hen, that chicken growls. If there's things going on with the group she doesn't like, she, especially at night up on the roost, she will growl like a dog. All right, well, I think I usually keep my videos to about 15 minutes, and I see I'm at about that 15-minute mark. So I think I'm going to say goodnight. I think I've got you all caught up on the news all around here. And I think I'm going to do a garden tour. We're getting our gardens all in shape, so I think I'm going to give you guys a tour of my garden. Been doing a little work, so I think that'll be nice. All right, everybody, have a great evening, and thanks for joining me, and I will see you soon.